Hey guys, this is North back again with another video. Today's video, I'm just coming back to you with another weekly fragrance rotation. I haven't done a fragrance rotation in a couple of months because I was on holiday, so try to get back into it. So let's go ahead and get it going. As I've mentioned before, my work restarts on Sunday, so we'll start there. The fragrance that I wore on Sunday was Green Irish Tweed. Green Irish Tweed was one of my pickups of this summer. I was able to get a good deal on a open box bottle from my guy from the gray market. Green Irish Tweed was released in 1985. It's considered a woody floral musk, and this one has lemon verbena, iris, violet leaf, ambergris, and sandalwood. This one, I would probably say that this is my favorite Creed. Only because it was the one that I have said to myself that if I found a deal on it, I would get it, and so I did. It's not that I don't like Aventus or Aventus Cologne. Aventus Cologne, I did own it and I sold it, but it just didn't stick with me as the same way Green Irish Tweed does, and so this is what I wore on Sunday. On Monday, I went to the house of Les Indemodables. Hopefully I didn't butcher that name, and this one is Escale in Indonésie. So this is one of the two cologne fragrances. I believe they only have two cologne fragrances that come in the 100 ml bottle. So this one I wore on Monday. This particular fragrance was released in 2020. Some of the notes on it are ambergris again, bergamot, neroli, lemon, jasmine, and sandalwood. Now this one is a good summer fragrance cologne style, but this one is unique because it has that ambergris accord in it, or ambergris note, so it gives a little bit of salty like marine feel after you get through the bright citrus opening. So that's what I wore on Monday. On Tuesday, I wore my most expensive fragrance that I have in my collection, and this is from the house of Frederic Malle. This one is called Al Fajr or Dawn. This one I picked up maybe almost a year ago. This one was released in 2018, and Dawn, this one is a top of the line incense based fragrance. This one has pink pepper, Turkish rose, olibanum, oud, labdanum, oak moss, and vetiver. And this one again is the top of the line incense based fragrance. It's the most expensive fragrance I have in my collection by far. But when I smelled it, and as much as I'm into incense based fragrances, this one was just one that I just couldn't pass up. I don't know, even the tester bottles of 100 ml are still extremely expensive. They're around the price of this one, so I don't know if a 100 ml tester bottle came up, if I would even buy it. But it's that good of an incense based fragrance. It really is on the top of the hill when it comes to incense based fragrances. It's deep, it's resonance to a certain extent, but it's also has the smoky incense feel to it that you just can't deny about it. And I think the name is fitting for it because it's like dusty and like grainy to an extent, and it has the rose. You can get almost every facet from it, but the winner here is the frankincense that's in it. So that's what I wore on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I went with the house of Ormonde Jayne. This is the most recent fragrance that I got in, and this one is Taif. This is the 120 ml bottle, and I do have Taif Elixir, but I always wanted to get Taif. Taif Elixir I ended up getting on a sale, and Taif, the normal one, wasn't on any type of deal until recently, so I decided to pick it up. This one was released in 2004. Some of the notes on it are pink pepper, saffron, dates, Taif rose, freesia, orange blossom, and amber. And with Taif, the difference between Taif and Taif Elixir, the notes are exactly the same, except a Taif Elixir has a dose of Cambodian oud in it. So this is Taif Elixir without the Cambodian oud. This one is a nice rose fragrance that has like a sweetness from the saffron and the dates. But what I like about this one, it's not I wouldn't say it's the best like rose fragrance, but it's just a good overall scent. And for me, between this and Tolu. So essentially those are the only two fragrances I own from the house. The way that they mix the orange blossom in with the fragrances makes it just a very, it's like their sort of DNA in their fragrances, and to me it's undeniably like Ormonde Jayne, so I like that in it. And I always wanted to get Taif, and I finally have it in. This one is more fitted for like spring and summertime wears, whereas the Elixir one is more for cooler weathers. Let's keep it moving. On Thursday, I went to the house of MDCI. I felt like wearing another rose fragrance, so I went with Rose de Siwa. Siwa is an area in Egypt, so I went with this one. This is one, I never talk about perfumers, but this one was perfumed by Francis Kirkjohn. It was released in 2006. Some of the notes on this one are peony, lychee, hawthorn, rose, musk, vetiver, and cedar, and this is considered a woody floral musk. What I got from this one was like good longevity. Again, this is a typical like woody floral musk type of scent, but what I got from it, it sort of reminded me of a Guerlain fragrance, where it has a sort of like a chypre type of feel to it, and I never really picked up on that before when wearing it, but this last time when I wore it, after a couple of hours, the whiffs that I was getting from it remind me of some type of like chypre of cord. So if you haven't tried Rose de Siwa, do check that one out. Moving on. And wrapping up the week on Friday, which is today, I went with the house of Diptyque and I wore Trois. Trois was released in 1975, and so it's an old one. This one has rosemary, myrtle, myrrh, spices, frankincense, myrrh, and pine tree. And this one, again, for like the millionth time, is the best representation of unburnt frankincense. The only time I've heard someone talk about a fragrance in that way, they were talking about the Sultanate of Oman by Rosia, and I've tried that a couple of times. That does not smell like frankincense to me, not in this way that this one does. This one smells like taking frankincense, a handful of it, and rubbing it on your body, unburnt. This is the exact type of smell that you get from this fragrance. There's nothing out there that smells like it, and there's nothing out there that smells as close to unburnt frankincense as this particular fragrance. Again, I was hip to this by Dimitri signature scent, and when he said that, he wasn't lying. This is hard to come by as far as here in Kuwait. I did buy it here, but I do not see it available still here. It's not discontinued, so it's not very hard to find. I did see it when I was in Malaysia, but this is what I wore on Friday. What are some fragrances that you wore during the week? Have you tried any of these fragrances? Do you enjoy any of them? Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.